A cordial greeting. Today is Friday, August 18, 2023. This is meteorologist Ruben Garcia speaking. At the time of recording this video, it's 6:30 in the morning local time in the Eastern Caribbean, where we are closely monitoring several disturbances with possibilities of development over the next 7 days. In particular, we are paying close attention to Invest 99 and another low-pressure system located near 48 degrees west longitude. Some models suggest that we might witness the development of a tropical cyclone just east of the Caribbean or south of Puerto Rico and the Dominican Republic during the beginning of next week. It is crucial for residents of the Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, and the Lesser Antilles to pay attention to this forecast, as there is a high risk of flooding in the early to mid next week. Additionally, in this infrared satellite animation, we can observe Invest 98, which has a high probability of becoming a tropical depression. However, it will maintain a northwest trajectory, passing far from the Caribbean region. Now, as I mentioned in yesterday's video, the forecast associated with the potential development of a tropical cyclone between Invest 99 and the low-pressure area we are monitoring is quite complex due to their close proximity. It will be essential to observe their interaction over the next few days, as this could result in significant changes to their trajectory. For instance, as shown by the European model, if the low-pressure area near 48 degrees west longitude develops, it will likely have the opportunity to move further south, possibly reaching the region of the Dominican Republic. However, if Invest 99 and the low-pressure area interact and converge, they might cause the system to move slightly north and pass over the northern islands of the Lesser Antilles and Puerto Rico. Furthermore, I wanted to mention that the Atlantic is very active. A low-pressure system located north of the Dominican Republic has a low probability of development in the Gulf of Mexico waters and could affect the state of Texas. Here we see the other three low-pressure areas we are monitoring, and it's notable how close these two are, which complicates the forecast. For instance, Invest 99 has a 40% chance of development as it moves west-northwest. The latest trajectories from specialized models show a more westward movement compared to previous days. This is due to the interaction that could occur with the other low-pressure system. Therefore, Invest 99 could also approach the northeastern Caribbean region slightly. Although it seems that the interaction between Invest 99 and the low-pressure system will eventually result in a single disturbance moving through this area, the good news is that the environmental conditions at the moment do not seem very favorable for significant strengthening, at least for the next 5 days. Intensity specialized models keep Invest 99 as a tropical depression or perhaps a weak tropical storm as it approaches the Caribbean region. As for the other low-pressure area, at 2 a.m., the National Hurricane Center maintained a 20% probability of development. These probabilities might increase to 30% in the next 8 a.m. update. However, in general, you can see that this area has been marked as a potential development area, as development could occur just east of the Lesser Antilles or even with interaction with Invest 99, moving northeast over the Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico. Let's now take a look at what the models show for the morning of today. Here we have the projection from the GFS model, and you can see that by Sunday morning, there's a low-pressure system approaching the arc of the Lesser Antilles. This is associated with the first disturbance we are monitoring, which is near 48 degrees west longitude. Additionally, you can see Invest 99 here, not yet developed, but there's an interaction between both disturbances as they move through the northeast Caribbean. According to the latest forecast, both disturbances essentially merge, and by Monday morning, there could possibly be a tropical depression moving over the Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico. At the moment, the model suggests a weak tropical storm or tropical depression as it passes through this Caribbean region. On the other hand, we have the forecast from the European model. The significant difference is that the European model moves the first disturbance faster, and for example, by noon on Saturday, it has the low-pressure system moving near or over the island of Barbados. This is unlike the GFS model, which brings this system a day later during Sunday morning. So, the speed at which this disturbance moves will be key to its future. A faster movement, as suggested by the European model, would likely cause this low-pressure area to move more to the west and pass south of Puerto Rico. But then, it takes a turn north over Haiti and the Dominican Republic. In this scenario, it develops into a tropical storm and moves over this region by Wednesday morning. Then it continues north near the Bahamas region while strengthening north of Hispaniola. The UK model aligns with this forecast. In the morning today, it has a low-pressure system crossing over the Dominican Republic, just like the European model. The German model also shows a low-pressure system, although it keeps it weak as a tropical wave, passing south of Puerto Rico and positioning itself south of the Dominican Republic. In general, you can see that we have several scenarios. The first, as shown by the GFS model, where the interaction between Invest 99 and the low-pressure system likely results in a system that achieves some level of organization as it moves over the Northeast Caribbean between Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. The other scenario is that Invest 99 doesn't develop, and the low-pressure area in front of it takes a more westward trajectory. This could bring it south of Puerto Rico and over the Dominican Republic by Wednesday morning. Regardless of the path this potential cyclone takes, heavy rain is expected, which puts us at a high risk of flooding for the early to mid next week. For instance, according to the trajectory shown by the GFS model, some estimates of accumulated rainfall vary between 8 to 12 inches across much of the Lesser Antilles, from Dominica to the Virgin Islands. This would undoubtedly be an extreme precipitation event, likely leading to flooding issues. Remember that any deviation westward from what the GFS model shows could bring this heavy rain over Puerto Rico as well. In the other scenario, as shown by the European model, with a path south of Puerto Rico and crossing over the Dominican Republic, maximum rainfall estimates would be over much of southern Dominican Republic and Haiti. Accumulations could range from 300 to 425 millimeters, which constitutes extreme rainfall and could also lead to a high risk of flooding. Overall, in the Lesser Antilles, Puerto Rico, and the Dominican Republic, there is a high risk of flooding during the next week, and it's important to stay tuned to the bulletins issued by the National Hurricane Center. In terms of wind, significant strengthening of this disturbance is not expected. For example, the trajectory of the GFS model would bring some tropical storm force winds over some of the northern islands of the Lesser Antilles, with wind gusts ranging from 40 to 50 miles per hour. Again, any westward deviation could bring these tropical storm winds over Puerto Rico. In the other scenario, shown by the European model, tropical storm force winds could impact the Dominican Republic and Haiti. I wanted to mention that at this moment, the probability of this becoming a hurricane is being discounted. We're talking about possibly a tropical depression or a weak tropical storm as it crosses or moves through the Caribbean region. But as you know, nature can be unpredictable at times. So, we'll remain vigilant, and I invite you to keep tuning into Hurricane Info on YouTube. Subscribe to my channel using the red button below the video to stay informed about the videos I'll be recording over the next few days. I hope everyone has an excellent start to the weekend. Goodbye for now.